Hi, kindergarten, first and second grade leaders. We're preparing for August 9th in our series called Like Jesus. As you will notice as you come into your space today, you are in a bigger space, and that is to allow social distancing while we are in this phase 3 of community transmission so that kids can keep social distance so we don't have to be right on top of each other. I understand being in the bigger spaces is hard and it's hard to talk and it's hard to do things. So we've done some things to try to help you in this space. We've created an obstacle course that can be done on the floor in your room. And so just follow the instructions of what's laid out on the floor and encourage kids to follow that obstacle course, keeping 6 feet of distance if they can. So you may have to say, okay, so-and-so can go next. We also are putting kindergarten, first and second graders all together. Now today is Move Up Sunday, so we're getting our new crop of kiddos in, and I know this is not ideal for any of us as a way to get them in there, but know that I am giving you permission that if all you need to do today is play with the kids so they can get used to being with you in this new environment, please do that. Please spend that time building that relationship with a kid, because we know fun over time gives us the opportunity to share big truths with our kids. And so we will get that opportunity. We will see them again. So if you need to spend extra playtime today, please do so. Also, you are the small group leader, and so you get to be in charge of how you listen to large group, when you listen to large group, and how you're going to do all of that as a small group. And so everything is available to you on the big screen, and you can have a fun experience, make it a movie time or something. And I'm going to try to help provide you with a tech person that will run that ready for you when you're ready to go. Probably pull one of our bigger kids in to help do that for you, unless you have a helper who can do that within your small group. You're welcome to do that with them. And so all of the large group teaching that typically would happen if I was on stage is on your video now. The crew came in and recorded that this summer, and so you will enjoy seeing some of our kids who have graduated from children's ministry into student ministry, and they're all high schoolers now. Can you believe it? I can't. It's crazy. And so they have been a wonderful help this year, and so I hope that you enjoy that experience, and make sure you tell one of the crew members if you see them on screen how amazing it was to see them grown up and taking that step for themselves. Last, let's talk about our lesson today. In our lesson today, we are going to be talking about Jesus going back to his hometown of Nazareth to teach. Now, I don't know about you, but when I return home, there's a different expectation than sometimes where I live now. They tend to remember how I was or who they thought I was, or and depending upon who you were growing up, they may continue to be amazed that you're a different person now. And so when Jesus went back to his hometown, it really wasn't any different. They remembered that he was Joseph's son, that he was a son of a carpenter. And so when he walks into the synagogue to teach, they are a little blown away because they didn't expect that. They were like, isn't he Joseph's son? Isn't he a carpenter? And so, as we learned and talked about last week, Jesus spoke with authority. He had authority because he was God. And he even had so much authority that he didn't go in and do what they expected him to do, which is what he did in Capernaum of healing people. He came in and he reminded them of what Isaiah told everyone, that he was sending a Messiah and that he was the Messiah. Now, feathers got ruffled. People are upset. How dare you? We know who you are. We know what family you came from. You can't come in here and tell us you're the Messiah. And so they rose up and wanted to kill him because he was saying he was God. Now, Jesus was God. Whether they knew it or wanted to acknowledge it, or whatever was going on in their heart, he was speaking with the authority he had. And what we want kids to see in this lesson today is that Jesus wasn't like just any teacher. He's not like your school teacher. He is not like the teachers that you hear when you're at church. He is not like the teachers when you go to dance class or you go to karate class or you go to listen to your coach on the ball field. He wasn't that kind of teacher. He wanted good for people. He wanted them to learn. He wanted to help them, but he had something better for them. He wanted them to know that he was the Messiah. And if they would believe that he is the Messiah, then they could have eternal life with God and not be separated from him ever again because of our sins. And so you get the chance today to really share the gospel with your group of kiddos. Your activities in your lesson today, you have your social activity. Now remember, these social activities are for you to build relationship with kids. I know that there is no written anything in this to ask them about what they know about the Bible, and that is intentional because we know that each kid can come in and talk about themselves, but every kid doesn't have the opportunity in every circumstance they're in to be able to talk about the Bible, to understand that. And so what we're trying to do is build a relationship with them so that we can help them understand the Bible as we continue to build that relationship with them over time. So your game today is Jenga. Your Jenga blocks you'll set up like any Jenga game, 3 and 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. And then you'll notice on the ends of each of the Jenga blocks, there's a color. You also have a die, and your die has colors on it. Now you will also notice that the red and the pink is almost about the same color. I'm sorry, my printer's really messed up. It prints everything with a very yellow tint. So you decide which one's pink and you decide which one's red, and you tell the kids which one is which, okay? And then depending upon what they roll, they're going to pull one of those colored blocks out, and then they will answer one of the questions based on that block, hoping not to have knocked their Jenga tower down while they're doing that. Again, this is just to build relationship. This is to get to know each other. This is to stretch some time if you need something for them to do as you're waiting for others to arrive or as you're trying to fill time before parents come to pick them up. Play this game as many times as you want to help them build that relationship. And then your small group activity should be an interesting one. And I know we have our little ones, but I would love to, I know that these little ones can pay attention and they might really be able to pay attention to this activity. So what you're going to do is you're going to use a piece of masking tape, or if you want to in the room, there's like there's the transition piece between the tile and the carpet. So if you want to use that as your line, you could do that. And just mark one end as the good end and one end as the bad end. And what you're going to do is you're going to name off different things that you think kids this age can do, like dance or play baseball or kick a soccer ball or eat vegetables or eat spaghetti or eat pizza or chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A or anything that you think a kid this age can do. Make the list long. And what they're going to do is they're going to put themselves on this line where they think they are, like really, really good or really, really bad at it. And then the last question you're going to ask is you're going to ask kids to stand on the line where they think they need to be for Jesus to rescue them. And I want you to use this opportunity to encourage each one of them. In fact, call them by name and say, it doesn't matter where you stand on this line. Each one of you, Joey, need to know that Jesus came to rescue you. Whether you're really good or you're really bad, Jesus came to rescue you. You don't have to have it all together if you're really bad for him to rescue you. You don't have to keep striving to be 100% on everything for him to rescue you. He did that even before you needed him to do that for you. Even before there was a day of your life, Jesus came to rescue you. And then your memory verse is John 3:16, and you're going to play this kind of like a Mad Lib game. So what I encourage you to do is read the memory verse first a few times, and then ask the kids to help you fill in the blank with a word that they think could be really silly. And so fill in all of those blanks based on the category, and then ask them to come back and tell you what the real word should have been. This is just a fun way to play with words so that the kids get the chance to memorize that and to remember that in their head. And then you have coloring pages, and the kids can sit at their tables and do their coloring pages, or you can play the obstacle course that is in there in your room. Thank you so much for leading. I love you guys, and I'm so thankful to have you on our team serving with us. Make sure to let me know if you, a family member living in your household, or anybody that you've been close with, coworker or whatever, is being tested, should be tested, suspicion that they might be ill but are not getting tested, please let me know. As soon as you know, I want to do two things. I want to take care of you because I know that being in quarantine for 2 weeks can seem like an eternity. So I want to make sure that we're taking care of you and that you know you're not alone. And then second off, I want to make sure that we have enough time to take care of filling your spot and giving you a timeline for when you can come back to be with us and to love on kids again. Again, I love you guys. Thank you for leading. I look forward to seeing you guys soon.